Being one of the flagship for the PlayStation lineup, the weight being on the Order is quite heavy. With all this pressure, the 19th century might not be the best time to boast around. I'm Louis, and this is the Order 1886. Let's start with the good. The Order 1886 looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful effects, sharp and smooth texture, fantastic animation and breathtaking lighting effect, everything complemented with a light grain effect. Santa Monica really made this game shine. Through its visual phase, the transition between cinematic and gameplay is completely fluent, making you really appreciate its presentation. It may really be one of the best looking games to date. Being in the late 19th century, Britain really has a personal look and feel. The industrial time, poverty and grim moment is well placed, putting the player in a constant wonder. You play as Sir Galahad, a strong knight in the Order of His Majesty, a force to reckon with that fights political struggle, armed rebels and werewolves. Everything is set in place quickly, and you know how things works very smoothly. However, there is very little explanation to its lore. Why are there werewolves? What is up with all this technological inaccuracy? What are the rebels fighting for? Very little is explained and makes you wonder for a long time. In this situation, you have to apply suspension of disbelief and simply go on. The music is underpresent. The weapons don't sound exemplary, but the voice acting is okay. You will know the characters well and appreciate what they have to communicate.
My homeland. If this log is to be believed, the company now has a foothold in every Indian state.
The Order plays like a standard third-person shooter with a cover mechanic. Shooting feels great and accurate. Weapons are original and feels powerful. You have a primary, secondary weapon and a grenade. The cover system works okay, but is a bit stiff at times. Sometimes I would just get out of cover without any reason, and the letterbox style really impairs your visibility. It makes for more frustration than experience. You can also do melee takedown that looks great but aren't really worth it since the enemy does quite a lot of damage. Every weapon and bullet feels heavy and really applies an effect that you can sense. It makes the immersion very good. The weapons are interesting too, though we could have gone for a bigger arsenal. Overall, the firefights are great and always enjoyable. Just make sure you keep those shotguns at bay. The game is very linear, in fact, too linear. It applies transition between cinematic, exploring, and then action. It sounds okay on paper, but it's simply not. There is too much cinematic, not that they are boring, but you feel like a lot more like watching than playing. Worse is that you can't skip them, and being put out of context almost makes you not caring. Walking around feels very boring. The problem being that there is no real sense of exploration whatsoever. Sure, you can take objects of I quote interest, but they have nothing to give you. There are no collectible or upgrades to search for. You simply walk around to your next objective and apply a specific action. It really makes you feel claustrophobic. There are no side quests, so be prepared to rush your way from point A to B. When the action comes, it's a wind of fresh air. Quick time action, stealth sequence and shootings are well done. Sometimes it feels a bit like waiting for the next wave of enemies, like if the developers didn't had enough inspiration to make new ground to fight on. It can get repetitive. The few bosses encountered are okay, but too easy. They are well presented, but feel more like a sequence to go through than a real challenge. Overall, expect about 5 to 7 hours of single player experience, that being taking your time. There is no multiplayer, no leveling up system, so the replayability is very, very short. I really wanted to love this game, but the constant bore and very short content just makes it impossible. I give it a 6.7 out of 10. It's a case of all face but no heart. It's the perfect rant but nothing more. This Order is simply not worth joining.
Understood. Are you joining us?
I have a small matter to attend to. I'll find you afterwards.
En route now. Got it out.